Okay, testing. I didn't know if I had any kind of audio here. Okay, cool. So if you didn't hear my opener, of course, welcome to Space Engineers. Having a rough day. Episode 30. Damn. We've been out here stuck in this thing for 30 episodes. So essentially like 30 days, like a month in space. Wow. Alright, so here's the deal. This is going to be the episode that we're going to leave this thing and continue on. I think we've spent enough time here. However, we still have more we need to get. Namely, we need all of the glass. You see, this is the thing. We need to get everything that we can't produce. That way we're good. So let's go ahead and get this, get the grind up. And let's see here. Oh gosh, I should have hit the other button. And I promise we will definitely have our usual breakfast and things like that. Go ahead and activate all that stuff. And we're off. Wait, did we empty everything out? Pretty sure we did. We just had a few things, that's okay. Alright. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Haha! I forgot. The gyroscopes. Now we can turn. All of a sudden it occurred to me, oh yeah, we never did do the gyroscopes, so... Okay, so here's the deal. We need to get all of the glass off of here because that's really the only thing left. You ready? Alright, let's do this. Oh, alright. Okay, so it seems as though we are full up. So, I was kind of quietly focusing on what we were doing here a little bit. As you can see, we're trying to get a full load. I noticed that we started leaving some stuff behind, so I pulled out of it thinking maybe we're full. And it looks like we are actually full in the cargo pods, although I do have one grind, two grinders that still have open space. So maybe it might be good to go ahead and turn them back on, and then just kind of come over here and just kind of fill up that left side with something from the metal department here. I mean, after all, might as well make it a worthwhile trip, right? Alright, I think we've done far more than I intended, which is absolutely okay since we need to get up here and get this loaded up. We still have a lot more of that stuff to get. Let's see here. I am going to... I decided on something regarding a topic I brought up last episode, and that was the idea of having a torpedo launcher. I think we're going to do that. I feel like it might be a good idea in case you run into something in particularly nasty. Something that might have a little bit more, I don't know, more get up and go than we do. Alright, so come about, because we do this from let's go ahead and go down. And we're also going to separate from the station at this point. Now we're also going to do something else this episode. I want to set up the I'm tired of playing this this game here, so we're going to set a return we're going to set a return recorder that'll give us a landing and a drop off. Wow. 3 million kilograms of freaking weight is what we're working with here. Wow. That's impressive to say the least. Alright. And that's one thing I definitely want to do at some point this episode, is get that set up so that we don't have to hassle with it. In the meantime, let's get our stuff offloaded and into a large cargo container. Alright. Now, let's see here. So, let's go ahead and find our AI recorder block. Ooh. We do need to set up a beacon on this station, though, too. Yeah, before we do that, we need to set up a beacon while station. Set up a beacon on this. Okay, so we're going to hop out while it's sitting here. And we're going to come down here. And it is time to cut this loose. And what we're going to do with this is we're actually going to take this here and where are we going to put you? I have an idea. I want to set this somewhere where we can get to it, almost like a salvage option. So I think actually we'll put that inside. So we're gonna take those. Oops, god dang it. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and head inside. We can get in to where we want to go down below. Lower level. Alright, down here, and we have our hole right here. Really need to get this fixed. So in here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to set a connector in here, because this connector, this is going to be the one that we're going to slap onto things we're salvaging. That way we have a connector available that we can just hook in. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the distinctive stutter of a spawn. Okay, so we've got stuff happening, huh? Alright. So I took care of that. We are no longer attached to the ship, which means the ship is no longer under power. And that is okay. Because as I said before, we're going to be leaving. Now the other thing is, I was thinking is, yes, I need a bunch of stuff that I can't produce, such as glass. But by the same token, I also don't want to slow down our ship too much. So what I'm thinking is that and this is what I really think is going to be a good idea, is aft we're going to do back here, we're going to move this section and extend it out between here and have like a grow area, and we'll set these weapon systems on the end of it, and then this weapon system will still cover it, but it'll be right down here, and we'll have those two out on the out on the end. And we'll have a glass top. That way we can be able to have plants and vegetables and things like that growing. I think we need that sufficiency. I think we really do. We're also going to enclose this a little bit. We want to bring it up enough so that we have a level of protection for our ship here. So what we're going to probably want to do is have it set up in such a way as that it kind of is a shield over the top. And then maybe we can put some gats above that. I think that would be really nice too. So there's a few things we want to do that I don't remember whether or not is in the deal. In that thing down there, so I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop up here, and we need to do a few things. First of all, we need this to be an access point to that level. So to be able to do that, we're going to need to do a few things. First of all, yeah, that's right. We need to drop some stuff off in here. And all this internal stuff we can do, we can just do this on our own. So I think at this point, it's really time to go ahead and get some stuff done, you know. I think it's time for us to start getting this ship underway again. Now we have a mostly make glass construction components, so let's get over here and we have a mostly done oh, where is that? Where is that? Do I have that? Where is that? Is that? Oh, it's in the desk. We'll go back to the desk and have some breakfast here in just a little bit. Right now I want to get underway. I think it would be good. So let's go ahead and get like 10 of those, and we'll get like 30 of those. I want to get this. I want to get the bridge done here. Alright, are we sealed up tight? Not quite. Alright, so here is where we need a screen. Alright, so I like this angle one. I think it's kind of cool. I think it'd be really neat if we angled it. The only thing, and then we'll change the aspect ratio to match it. So we need interior plates for that. We're also going to need interior plates for the other thing I'm going to do too. So let's go ahead and get these in place. I don't like this stuff here. I don't like it inside this thing, although I really like the pipes. You know, I'm kind of a mixed mind on these things, actually. I like it, but I don't like it. Like, these are really clean and cool and nice, but I really like these tubes too. Maybe a mix isn't bad. I don't know. Leave me some comments, guys, and tell me what you think. We've got both the new blocks for the tunnels, and we got the old ones right here. For this build, I just don't know. I'm really on the fence here. I really, really am. I don't know which is better or which is worse. So you can let me know. I'm really leaning towards maybe doing these and everything so it's nice and clean. So I don't know. You can let me know in the comments. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get down here, and we need to get some materials. We're going to need some steel plates. We're going to need some interior plates, and we're going to need some more of the other things. So let's go ahead and get that. We're going to need some of these. Let's go ahead and do that. For what I'm going to do, we're also going to need, let's see, we need displays, comp chips. There we go, we need a few of those. Some of that. And probably more than just two. The displays, I don't know if I can make those with it. I think I can make those with the other, but anyway, let's go ahead and get this in place. This side here we're going to go ahead and do, of course, we're going to do some lights. So let's go ahead and get the lights in place so we have some visibility. I do love my, now let's be consistent here. Yeah, okay, good. What in the world? Huh? Oh, I think it's this thing. Okay, I don't understand that. That's weird. Alright. I don't know what's going on with that. It's so freaking weird. Alright, let's go ahead and get in here. And get our angle deal here. We're gonna set this up here. Okay, we need construction. Always need a lot of those comps, don't we? Alright, let's get in here. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is do the rotation. And then we're going to go content, and we're going to go into apps, targeting information, and I most definitely do not need the blue. Alright. There we go. Oops, wrong direction. We need to change that big time. Because that is not okay. 180. 270. Outstanding. I just don't get what that is. Oh, yeah. We want to fix the grind, otherwise it's gonna do things we don't want it to do. Grind bats off, grind engines off. And then we're gonna go over here to gyros. Alright, gyroscopes. This one and this one. We're gonna call that group grind gyro. Alright, now we're gonna get away from that. Alright, angling up. Okay, so that's gotta be from the sunshine, honestly. That's gotta be what that is. And I bet it has to do with that see-through on the right. Yeah, that's definitely not good. Yeah, aspect ratios on the right side. Yeah. Okay. There's the enemy ship right over there. Let's have some fun. Control panel. Bring me online with... Oh, let's go with GAT 8. Alright, we got good fire on that. Alright, cool. Let's see here. I'm not gonna waste a missile on a rocket on this. Alright. Even though it's a fun idea to sit there and shoot at static targets. But that's not what we're about to do. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get on to the next task at hand, which, by the way, this needs to be fixed. Yeah, we need to fix these hallways. We can do that while we're underway. Actually, I think we could pretty much do everything while we're underway. Okay, so I'm thinking about on the bottom underneath the greenhouse, we can set up a drill, and then we can do it like, I'm thinking like a reverse. Like if we want to get ice and stuff like that, we can go backwards. And I'm also thinking it might be a good idea to set up the top side, or set up the lower hangar bays. I wonder if I can get the hangar bays big enough to put the other in. I got so many ideas. It's just crazy. Alright, let's get underway. Enough of this. Alright. Alright, we're getting underway. We're leaving that behind. Things to do, places to see. We gotta get to that trade station. So let's go ahead and get a move on. We could sit there and grind down all that metal and all the, and that would be great, but I just don't. We need to get a move on because we got things we got to do. So we're gonna go ahead and do a good burn for a while, and then once we get to max speed, we'll do a good burn. We're going fast enough that I don't think, unless, I mean, we don't want to run into anything, but in fairness, we want to be able to be set up in a position where we can alright, we're on a good fair drift. Alright, we got our no lock target situation going on, and this stupid see-through thing. Good gravy, I just don't like that. I think we may have to yeah, that's what I thought it was. Alright, well, what we can do is we can put that over here. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put these over on the sides right here. So let's we need a motor. Let's see, how about a motor? Let's see, where are you at, motors? There you are. Gotta be watching we don't run into an asteroid. Oh, snap, you are going the wrong way. Now you're going the right way. Alright, cool. Alright. So let's go ahead and get these holographics done here. Let's see here. Looking for there they are right there. Okay, content, apps. Let's go with energy. Okay. Hey, Minuteman, welcome. Alright, so now we're going to go down here. And let's go ahead and get the digital clock. we go. Alright, cool. Now, we're going to go ahead and go to the inset light section, and I want to reduce the lighting because it is entirely too bright. So all inset lights need to be reduced. I like a dimmer ship, and the dimmer bridge is also very... I do like those, so... Alright, so let's go ahead and reduce the radius of it. Well, I don't mind that. It's the intensity, that's what we want. Alright, so we're gonna go to alert red. Okay. And then alright, so we need to go tactical, we can do that. Bam. Except we gotta do those lights too. Alright. So we gotta get the rest of those lights too. Uh-oh. Well, looks like we got ourselves a live one. Another SPRT rating station, it looks like. We're closing on it pretty fast. I think we're going to blitz on by it, but we can do a flip. And that'll reduce our burn a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we're going to go zipping by here pretty fast, so... But there could be munitions and stuff like that that we can get from it if we take it out, so it's always possible. We do need to change all weapon systems to fix large grid as well. Maximum range. Alright, moving on. And where's the rocket launchers? We'll do the same for the rocket launchers. Even though we don't have any munitions in a couple of them, we still want to have them on hand and ready, since at the moment we're not worried too much, but there is nearby pirates, so I like to do the maximum range just because it works out better that way. And here we go. Oh, shoot! Hot dog! Did not see that happening. What the hell? What is with these guys? Why are they always trying to smash my ship? I mean, dude, that's not cool. I was just coming about and they freaking just slammed me. I don't even see where there's a debris on that thing. Ah, alright. You know what? This ain't worth it. We keep having to repair ourselves. These guys are doing nasty stuff, so... Wow. Alright, we're gonna hold tight where we're at here. We gotta go down and do some damage control, cause dude, what the hell did just happened? Like, how, like, I got his freaking, he literally shoved his gun down my throat. Like, dude, what the hell, man? He must have been really hauling ass, like big time. Pardon my French, but dude. Oh my gosh. These guys are really annoying me, like wicked annoying me. How far away are you? 6 clicks. What is that? That's an assailant. That's what that is. Those assailants, they ram you. Alright. That's how you want to play this game. No problem. No problem. No problem. Well, first of all, I don't need to worry about a door. I can just go through the bridge. Let my weapon systems speak for themselves. We're gonna go back here. Let's open her up, and we need to swap out our oxygen first of all. Then we're gonna do something. I think it's time we did something really, really wicked. They're gonna come for us again. I know they will. So let's see here. Do we have any? Well, if I can't do what I want to do, then we're gonna head out. Let's see. Do I have any? Actually, let's do this. Oh, do a search. Alright. I need explosives. And we have no explosives. Alright then. Without any explosives, and I'm pretty sure I can't make any explosives without an assembler. I'm pretty sure that the survival kit does not produce any explosives. As a matter of fact, it doesn't produce much of anything that I can use. So, alright then. We're going to press on past this. And we're just going to keep going. We're not even going to screw with it. Shouldn't have probably stopped and considered fighting it anyway. I think we need to get some more work done on the ship first before we're ready for combat. Alright, so while we're drifting along here. Let's see about getting some work done here. How did I get that on that? Okay. I did not anticipate fighting pirates, but I got greedy. It's on me. Can't blame me for getting greedy. Oh crap. You know what they did? They blew out the thruster I had over here too. Ah, those buggers. Those evil buggers. That's what he was aiming at. He was trying to hit my thrusters. That's what they do. I really should start aiming at thrusters too and let them pay for it. Alright. Whatever. Let's get this fixed up here. I feel almost like I should make some sort of like welter or something as many times as I go through this. Oh wait, that's not the right angle. Just making sure we're not going to run into any rocks. There we go. And then back around we go towards the station. Oh, you did, Minuteman. You found yourself your thing. Cool. That's awesome. Alright, we're gonna leave the inertial dampers. We're gonna put them back on, and we'll slowly come to a stop while we're proceeding because we're gonna do some repairs, and I would prefer not to fly off. Because yet, once again, pirates had a field day with us. It's just those assailants. The ones that shoot aren't so bad. It's those ones that ram you. It's like, dude, why? Don't mess with us like that, man. Don't do it. Wow, Minuteman, you're really finding a lot of stuff. Alright, let's get this stuff done. Just get this thing fixed and they're breaking it again. Not nice. Just really not nice. That just sucks, dude. I'm like, that's not fair. You gotta quit pestering me. Hey, that's okay, Miniman. You merged them. That's awesome. Sometimes you wind up, like I didn't plan on running into these pirates, but I should have known. I'm going to remember that, though. I'm going to remember that now. Alright, back to bright lights again. Now we're getting there, slowly but surely. Alright, now that we're slowing down a lot. Alright, so we're going to take this moment and have a sit down. And after that exchange, we're having some apple juice. There we go. That's better. Okay. Yep, that is... yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's get out here and do some work. First of all, we got a lot more we got to do than just fix that thing. We also have to get the weapon systems lined up where we want them. And we also need to get the hangar bay set up so that our ship doesn't get blown off by the next idiot pirate that comes along. And we need to get all the armor plating welded up. So we've got a lot of work to do on the ship before we carry on, because this is obviously going to become an issue. And I feel like those missile launchers tend to want to shoot things and blow things up, so I might want to drop them down to the sides there. And I think, in light of this situation, actually it might even be better to put them up here. Actually, you know what I might do? Ooh, idea. If I put the missile launchers... no, if I put them there... yeah, see, if I take this plate off here, that takes some of the armor off that post. I'm just thinking, if I could put the missile launcher on the side here, that would be ideal, like right there. But, oh, wait a minute. What if I put the missile launchers over here? What if I did? What if I did that? What if I took that off of there? Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these engines here. So what if we took one of those engines and put it there? And then we brought down the missile launcher and put the okay. Why is there bits of metal floating around my ship when my ship hasn't been hit by anything right now? This stuff must have all been stuff that was like being plowed in front of it or something. Or am I just trailing parts of my ship? Ah, these pirates are so frustrating. You merged it in the back of a solar barge? I didn't even know you... what in the... I don't think I've ever seen a solar barge before. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's really cool, Minuteman. Alright, so I think I might do that, actually. If I put that there... or actually, what if I brought it out to here? Oh, wow. These guys love to hit my solar panels. I mean, my gosh. I mean, it's just crazy. But they are a big target, and they're power-based, and... but now I can do reactors. So I could actually do without the powers, these things, solar panels, if I really wanted to. But they'll be coming in handy later. I might break them down or something, so... let's see here. Gotta Yeah, we might do that. Alright, so first things first, let's get the work done on the ship. We need to get the Frankenface going on here. And did we damage that? How did we not even damage that? Amazing. Alright, let's go ahead and get that done. Now, this part here, I'm thinking we're going to move these thrusters back to this part here. If we do a thruster there and just do a thruster there, or we could even put them right here, actually. Actually, that's not a bad spot for them right there. It's already a square. We could just put them right in there, and then that would just take care of the whole problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, that merging stuff it takes a while to get it just right. At least that's my thoughts. Huh. Alright, well, we need to get this. We definitely want to get this thing in position, that's for sure. Because we're going to need that if we're doing drones. Question is, where are we going to put the beacon? Where are we putting the beacon? Huh.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Oh, stop it, suit lady. Come on, really? Busting my chops already? Alright, so this is where we're gonna put it. Why not? The light from the beacon will actually illuminate this bay. Whoa! Slow your roll. Okay. Now on this side over here, we can actually put a light if we wanted to. Right. Okay, so we've got this whole area right in here. Small one-level bay. Now I'm thinking might be able to make it bigger if we shave off some of this. But I don't know. It'd have to be a pretty flat drone to fit into a slot like that. But I don't know. We'll have to take a look and see what we do here. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop that. We'll keep that. We'll drop that. And we'll take these. Now we need steel tubes. Not a problem. Got plenty of those. Alright. Beacon 3 is active now. Alright. Now let's go ahead and get up here. We need glass for that. Alright, no problem. I mean, we've got holes all over this thing, so we need to get those all fixed up too. We need to get this sealed in certain ways, and I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so we could, We would need 4 doors to close that off if we were going to close that off, at least. No, probably more like 8 doors. Okay, that sounds like a really big ship, Minuteman, Matt, that you're talking about with the merged up the top of the solar barge and the platform with the carriage. That sounds like a pretty big ship. Alright, and then we're gonna have to convey everything up too, so that's a thing. And this stuff was actually all... Let's see. Alright, so we got all that in place. And then we have a light armor angle block here. We're going to close this off. We're going to worry about getting that launch bay later. Right now, I just want to get the ship relatively sealed up. We can reconfigure it again at another time, but right now we got more pressing matters in the form of sealing up this thing.
Energy low.
Get a girder. Alright, patch is done. Work is in place. It's all set. Good to go. That's sealed up, tight, snug, good to go. Alright, let's see here. You are going the wrong way. And we don't even need you anyway because of things. Alright. Uh-oh. Seriously? Dude got my ship too? Wow, they were really, like, definitely hitting everything, weren't they? Stupid
Energy critical.
knuckleheads. Alright, that's no problem. That's no problem. We got this. Alright. Gonna bring this bay up a little higher. I didn't really need to do all this heavy armor down here because I'm not gonna need it. You know what I might do? Oh, window walkways are so cool, Minuteman. That's really cool. And you did, oh, yeah, that's right. You had a respawn pod. You got like 5 ships on that thing, huh? Oh, the refinery's good, yeah. Alright, so we got 132 kilometers further along in our direction. Alright, oh, that's cool. Okay, so. Alright, we gotta figure this out. Alright, Oh, that's right, we already have a beacon for the Icarus main there. So we don't need that second beacon after all. Alright, well I'm just gonna disable it then. I thought we needed it, but apparently we don't. So we'll have to, that's right, of course we've got the Icarus beacon there. So we're set if we want to build some drones. So I am thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. Actually, I'm thinking about making that the hangar bay and raising the roof 2 more blocks and then setting up a set of doors that open. I think that would be the way to do it. I really do. We just don't have any doors to salvage, I don't think, but we could probably stare it up. Yeah, the D2 cargo pod. Where did I see that? I don't think I've seen that one either. You know, there's a lot of ships, Minuteman, that I haven't seen. It's like, all of a sudden they got these new ships that popped up, and it's like, what the hell? Alright. You know what? We need to build drones. So we need these up and running. And... Alright, so what's the deal with this? Every single solar cell. Well, we can make solar cells. That is one thing we can make. We can make them. We can. So let's see. But I'm gonna shred this one. Cool thing is now if we can find, you know, we have a reactor on board. It's just a small one, but we have one. We can now do reactors because we have a large refinery, which was the last thing we needed. If we can find some uranium and we get a few reactors, we won't really need to have an issue with power at all. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, they just keep frying these things, dude. Alright, well, there's not a lot I can do about that, so let's go ahead and grind that down and then put it back. There we go. That way it's not sparking. Okay, and we got one here. This one here as... Alright, and then do we have any other sparkers? Any other sparklers? We do... Where? That's this one. Okay. Alright, any other sparklers? Nope. Wait. Yeah, over there. Wow, they wiped out almost all of them on that side. Huh. Alright, so we go ahead and set that up. Alright, so all of those are set up. What do we need here? Radio, QCOM. Alright, no problem. Let's go get a radio component. We got a few of those. Go ahead and get these things set. Only need a couple. Okay, and then I need... Gonna drop those, drop that, and that. There we go. Bottom decoys are in place. Oh, it needs some computer chips. Okay. Okay, we're gonna drop that down in there. Don't need that, but we do need a few of these chips. All right. You really made some progress, Minuteman, with the pressurized bridge and getting everything all arranged in that. Yeah, you did good. Sounds impressive, to say the least. All right, where are we at? Okay, we're gonna go down here and do this. All right, decoys are set. Not that they've done any good for me lately, but why not? What do we need here? Small steel tubes and motors. Okay. Let's go ahead and get in here and get some small steel tubes and some motors. Okay, cool. Got that one in play. Need some computer parts. Wonder if I got any in the boxes here. Not in that one. Anything in that one? Nope. What about this one? Nope. But we are going to drop these in here just in case I need them. Oh, there's more boxes over here. Did I get it? Do I have any computer parts in here? I do. Nice. All right. Wow, you, Minuteman, you have been finding all the encounters and it's been knocking everything out for you. Okay. Alright, everybody. We're going to make some drones. That way they can run cap while we're working on our ship and these pirates can leave us the heck alone. So, 2 drones. One there, one there. Those are going to be the 2 points that they're going to sit on. We have this spot here that we could build them off of if we wanted to. So, that's what we're going to do. I do like building my drones off of this. It's kind of handy because if I have to get somewhere really quick, I don't have to worry. Alright, so let's start with light armor block. Alright. Yeah, we're going to have to probably sacrifice a large battery, but that's fine. Alright, so what we're going to do is right here on this, we're going to actually, when we build the drone, we're going to build it on this, and we're going to set, well, I don't like how close that is to that thing, but we'll make do. Okay, for logistics, we're gonna put one of these right here, and the reason why is because we're going to build a connector on the bottom, and that's gonna be the connector that is going to link up with that over there. Let's go ahead and let's see here. We'll grab our motors back because we're gonna need them. All right. So, wow, it actually spawned an Earth-like gravity field? Huh. Sounds like that worked out really well. Alright, so let's see here how we want to do this. So for this kind of drone, we're going to need a few different things. We need to get the batteries in place. We're going to have one battery. So we're going to go ahead and set that one battery, make it it's going to be a warfare battery. And we're going to put that one battery right There, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and going to set it up with a, going to put a GAT on top of that. Actually, we're going to do this a little differently, I think. I think we're going to put two GATs, one on either side. And then we'll have a forward affixed missile launcher in the front. That way the GATs can fire in different directions and the missile launcher in the front can still hit. So we're going to go ahead and put the weapon systems on next. So we're going to put this on the side of the battery over here. Huh, so it has to be on an angle like that, literally on an angle, huh? So right there like that. Right there like that. Okay, great. So that'll work really well, because we'll conveyor them up via this conveyor here through the come out. Let's see here. Actually, I wonder if I want to do... Yeah, I don't want to make them super, super big. I want them relatively small. So I think by doing it like this, we can actually run the conveyor lines over the top, maybe? I kind of want to keep it fairly internal. Yeah. Just a few interior turrets to deal with, huh, Minuteman? That's a good deal. That's a real deal.
Energy critical.
Well, Alright, well, we'll leave that alone for now. We gotta go up to the bosun's chair and have a seat. Build up some energy. Think about the other issues that we got going on here. I mean, that's some substantial stuff. We're getting at this rate of 132 kilometers a freaking episode. We're gonna get there in probably about 15 episodes. Good gravy. Anyway, alright. So let's get back to work here. I want to be able to... The thing is, just a few things I want to do. Alright. I'm going to think about the drone thing. We're going to leave that the way it is. We're going to think about it for a second. I think I need to really work on a design that I want to do that fits in the space we need it, but accomplishes the defense role that I want. But we also need to get this hangar set up here that we're going to have. I didn't expect it, so all this heavy plate is going to take forever to cut up because I didn't realize I was going to put a hangar here, but actuality, kind of need to. And in reality, if we do this hangar right, we could actually have two ships like this, one on the port and starboard sides, and that would actually be really nice if we could pull that off. But the other question is what about the store? What about these cargo pods? Huh. Alright, we need to go inside the ship. Wait, we can go inside through the hole in the roof. And let's see what we're looking at for space in here, actually. Okay, so if we use this as the cargo, as the bay in here. How much space are we really truly going to have? There's two of our doors right there. we could have this pretty much covered all over. I thought maybe that covered some sort of like thing, but it really doesn't. Oh wow, Minute Man, you made it into a station at an asteroid? That's pretty cool. Well, basically this is all going to be one big giant thing. Then we could conceivably make this into a flight location. If we do that, we got to remember that the up is going to be, this will be the floor. This will be the bottom deck. And that will be the ceiling right there. So we'll probably have to run conveyoring down to this side here because we're gonna, if we have gravity in place, it's gonna come downwards. And then we'll have this open deck here, and it's just basically a go in, come up, and park. Go in, come up, and park, and stuff like that. So we'd probably need to be we need 2 more blocks high at least. Yeah, probably about 2 more blocks. So that means that this here would have to come down to about that level right there. That's pretty low. I mean, we might be able to get away with just 1 more level down, maybe. Let's see. Let's take a look and see what we're looking at here. Okay. That's 1, that's 2. That's how much lower it would be. It's pretty low. Of course, if we did that too, we could always make a doorway here. But I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of options we need to go through. A lot of different things going on. Display. All we need is a display. Seriously? Let's get a display so we can finish off the cargo pod. Bam, that's done. Okay. So as it stands right now, I don't think there's anything. I mean, these things look a lot lighter because they're patchwork. This whole ship is a big patchwork. I swear. It has literally been patched together by everything. Converted to a station, but oh, you're not working on it right now. Ah, that's okay. You know, you can't always work on everything. Alright, got all that metal patched up here. What do we got over here? Alright, still got a lot more work to do to get it uniform on both sides though. That's the other challenge, is trying to get it uniform on both sides. Yeah. The way I see it, with this, we can bring it out we just drop the conveying line down, take it down and out the bottom, and we can run it down, and then we can link those two on the ends of it and put it right about here, and have an open area for visibility for plants. So that's what I was thinking. But yeah, so that's a thing. Man, so much to do. There we go. Alright, so let's get inside. And we'll start moving forward again, and we'll get a few more things done while we're on the move. How about that? Alright, here we go again. You're noisy. Alright, let's go. Let's keep it going. Alright. Okay, so now this thing's still got stuff in, but here's what I think. I think we can. Yeah, see, now we can do the nuclear reactor thing. That's really cool. It's really, really cool. That means that we're staying in a position where we can be able to really increase speed and power and stuff if we can find some reactors. Or better yet, we still oh, this is perfect. Brilliant stuff, actually. We still have an event controller we haven't used. If we make this event controller power, then we can build reactors because they're power. And so that really would make a huge difference. Now, I don't know how much, we don't really have any uranium, but if we can find some to mine, that would be brilliant too, because then that means we'd be able to have a good fuel source, you know? Why are we not pressurized in here? Where's the hole? Where is the hole? I don't see the hole. Must be something to... Ah, it's downstairs. That's right, because this over here isn't set up for it. Okay. So let's go ahead and fix that. We got to go down below, and I'm thinking we should probably do the plan. But we need... Okay, so we've got to find... If we find some explosives, anywhere we find some explosives, because I have to have explosives to be able to make... I have to find explosives because in order to make a warhead, you have to have explosives. And if I can make a warhead, I want to make torpedoes. See? Can't even get the thing started. I don't even know what the thing is that you gotta do with that to make the warhead. I don't know. What is progression to a warhead? I don't even see warheads in here. Yeah, so you have to make a reactor before we can make a warhead. Well, that's easy. So I think we need to go to power. We could go to weapons though, and if we did weapons, we could make any weapon we wanted. Although I don't know that making a torpedo counts as making weapons, since you can't really find torpedoes lying around. It's kind of like a autonomous weapons device, is what that is basically. Like a drone, except it's a missile with a warhead on it that blows up when it hits you. So I think we're gonna go with the event controller 4. We're gonna do event controller and we're gonna make it power. So we're gonna go power. And what that's gonna mean is that we go down here and we're gonna go power output or stored power. I want to go with stored power. Is greater or less than. I want to know if it drops below, like, say 40%. Well, make it 25%. And we want that battery, that battery, that battery, that battery. Yeah, see, we're 30% on a few of them. We also have those batteries too. We got a lot of power. We're loaded up with power. Alright, so we're gonna call dampeners off. We're gonna let us bleed out some speed, and we're gonna start checking some of these asteroids for some uranium. We might. Oh, what's that? What the hell? No. Hell no. Get back here. That is not okay. Get back here. Ah, great. One of my freaking things just flew off. Like, how? Where? Up here. It was this one up here. Ah, that's great. I couldn't even catch it. Yep. Alright, yep. That happened. Good gravy. Now I'm gonna go sit up here. This ship is falling apart. It's literally falling apart on me. Ah, great. a destroyer. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Let's get out of here. Nah, I don't want to tangle with the destroyer, but we're so close. Let's do it. Let's flank speed. Let's blitz past this guy. I have no interest in fighting with the destroyer at all. Max speed. We're gonna go by at 136. I have no desire to deal with this guy. Nope. Not happening. No way. We can take a peek at it, though. Yeah. That's, he's just kind of sitting there, ain't he? Well, he can stay there. I'm not entertaining that mess. Nope. Well, I could get weapons off of him, but I don't know if he's hanging out there because he's got nothing going on, or... No. We're not gonna bite. We're not biting that. We're gonna keep going, pressing on. We'll let that sit in our rear view for a while. Once that one gets beyond 6,000 or 6 kilometers, we should be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and take us off of the off of there. We're gonna go ahead and use the dampeners to slow us down. Once we come to a stop, then we'll be fine. I'd like to get the ship up and running at full steam. I want to be able to get everything ship shape, ready to go, and repaired and upgraded and everything to what I'd like before we start engaging in any other battles. And we do need to press forward to get to that station. That's kind of critical. And then from the station, oh, wait a minute. That's a destroyer. It could have a jump drive. Ah, crap. Now I just realized I can do that. Oh, no. You found another cargo ship with an unknown medical shuttle. That's pretty cool, Minuteman. I didn't know they had those. Oh, that's right. I didn't think about the jump drive. Yep. Did not think about that. That would make things so much faster. Where would I put a jump drive if I got one? I'd put it right there where that weapon is. Yep, I go right there. And the weapon would be shifted up to the top. Well, Alright, let's rotate it down. We're gonna slow her down using engine power. Alright, and then we're gonna go over there. Alright, look lively. We're gonna zip ourselves over there real quick. And then we're gonna probably die while we do it. But we're gonna give it a go. And since I don't know, can I actually, let's see here. I want to see, before I go running off after there, let's see, can the survival kit produce, it cannot produce tanks of oxygen or hydrogen. Okay. So that means that we are going to be leaving behind our hydrogen tank because I don't fancy dying and losing it. So let's go ahead and drop that off there. This is potentially going to be a one-way trip, but we'll see. Alright, now how do we recharge our hydrogen? Oh yes, now I remember how we do this. We can only do it in a cockpit. And the only cockpit we got right now is down here, which is why. Okay. Or we could just really fast run into the ship and test out how our thing works. Yeah, it works great. Let's go ahead and now that we've tested out our ability to die, so we know that works. Where's my backpack at? Backpack? Backpack, where are you at? Why is my body going that way? Oh, good gravy. That's the other thing. You don't get tools again. Alright, let's go check it out. We'll see if it starts shooting at me. If it starts shooting at me, we'll turn around going back. If it doesn't, then I know it's completely out of power, in which case we're looking for munitions, hydrogen tanks, good tools, and we're looking for jump drives. Because if we got a jump drive, yeah. Oh, and uranium too. We could use some uranium because once I tear down those solar panels, you know, it'll be a thing. Now that I've got power and under AI, then I don't have to worry about I can build them anytime I want, which was the other reason why I kept them there. You know, salvage rules and all that. Getting closer. Alright. Okay, here we go. Actually, Minuteman, it could show up if it didn't have power because it could have power and then run out of power. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know how it's been since spawned in. It might have spawned in a while ago, in which case it might not have power. In which case, if it doesn't have power, it's on a countdown, or it'll disappear when I stop playing. Yeah, it looks like it's got, yeah, if I'm reading that right, yeah, there's actually like antennas, so yeah, it's got power. Alright, we're out of here. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, oh, that was dumb. I don't know though, I'm tempted to see if I could come into it. If it's got weapon systems. It's a destroyer though, it should have like small arms and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna tangle with it. Not worth it, but we can take advantage of the situation and take a look at some of these rocks while we're at it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It wouldn't show up, you're right, because I was thinking like it wouldn't show up like on the grid in space, but in reality, since I'm seeing a beacon. Oh, it's one of those days. Oh my goodness. Alright. So let's go check out some rocks while we're here. We might as well see if there's any uranium rocks, iron rocks, silicone rocks, or nickel rocks. Because those are the ores that we can work with. And no, we can't get stone. No, If we're lucky, we'll find a uranium and we can be able to score it and use it to fuel stuff. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Anything on here? Let's see. Oh, it's that right there. Nah, that's just more rock. What do we got here? Ah, silver. Can't do anything with silver, unfortunately. All we can do is sell it for money. Oh, ice is another fun. Whoa, that was close. A lot of rocks in this neighborhood. Wow. But ice is useful, very useful. Still have hydrogen tanks that need filling. Gold, yeah, I can't do anything with that either. Looks like that's either gold. Looks like this, yeah, it's gold. Yeah, we can't do anything with the gold and silver out deal. That sucks, but it is what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and zip up to this one here and see what we got here. Anything? What do we got here? Gold again, it looks like. Yeah. Alright then. Okay. I'm really dancing with scary stuff here by doing it, lurking around here with that big ship over there. It's not going to be long before they start sending fighters over. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A mining, like, we're going to a mining station, so I don't know exactly what's for sale there, but if we can pick up stuff, that would be great. I don't know about gold and silver. I want something that's more useful. If I can get like one of the 4 ores that we could really use, or then and just get a whole bunch of it, we can sell the excess. You see. We don't know what they sell though, so maybe when we get closer, we might consider going after some of those other precious ores that really are nothing more than money to us. Alright, well, we're back. We need to start growing some food at some point too. Oh, so much to do on this ramshackle thing that's bristling with weapons, but in reality, not so much. Not so much necessary there. All right, let's go ahead and break these things down. We don't really need them. We got plenty of power, and we can always build them back up if we want because we have the power option. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Depends upon what would be great to have, Minuteman. But here's the thing, I'm thinking practicality. If it's not useful for us right now, this far out in the black, I don't know that I would want to get it. I don't know that I want to give up. I mean, we've got a lot of cargo space, don't get me wrong. But I don't want to give up that cargo space for non-essentials out this far out. Now, later on, when we're a little closer into station, we can think about getting something like that, because then we can just run it back and forth. But for now, I think this is our best option. And then we also have to figure out, we got, you know, a bunch of other things we need to do here too. Given the amount of cargo weight that this ship hauls, and as sluggish as it is, I might want to think about buying a ship to break apart and use for parts to get bigger engines. That way we have more thrust capabilities. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave this here. And the reason why is it's acting like a little barrier to our work area there, so we'll leave those alone. I'm going to leave these posts in place because they got our They got our decoys on there, and the decoys can draw fire from drones. Well, we pepper them full of rounds and missiles, so... Ah, had an idea. Ooh, I just had a really good idea. What if we took those out and we put a couple of rocket launchers right here that fired out as we... Yeah. Question is though, is a rocket launcher going to be airtight, or are we going to have to build around it? That's a question.
Energy low.
Alright. The other thing about pulling these things off that I think is really nice is it seems to me like a lot of these guys like to go for power systems more than anything else, and since they're by the decoys, I'm thinking that they should keep them from messing with our stuff as much. Alright. Okay. That doesn't look airtight. We'd have to put it here, and we'd have to run conveyoring over to it. We could do it.
Energy critical.
I agree, Minuteman. Some data pads would be great to have that has the GPS coordinates. Yeah, that's the big reason why I'm going straight to this station, because it's the only station I have coordinates for, as opposed to going straight to Triton, which is where we need to actually go. We're supposed to build a base there, and then we're supposed to proceed from there to figure out what happened to Shannon, happened to the shipment, and then be able to establish our trade. Those are our goals in this series. And we've kind of really gotten on a sidetrack, but part of that was because we got lost in space. We got thrown off and spent the first, 10 episodes trying to figure out how to survive. So, yeah, it's a tough one. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to get one of these, and we're going to put it right up front. I don't know that I want it exposed out front like that. Well, if we do it out this far back, though, it's going to be in the way of the other. So I guess we're going to have to go here. And then we'll have to do logistics. And then okay, get this one out of here. That's got 10. This is better. Alright, kind of like horns on a beast. Yeah, we did start the series with the usual restrictions that I seem to always like to challenge myself with. You're absolutely right about that, Minuteman. However, I do have some series I want to do that have entirely different restrictions and different scenario stuff. But I do love my salvage. I think it puts a real. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's nice just to have regular, survival and not have the salvage and all that other stuff. But I find I like the challenge of it. I like how it tends to push out the game a little bit. So, you got a little bit more to do. Kind of like that too. And I like the realism of it, actually. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to go with that. Rotate this down, rotate again, boom, boom, boom. And actually, you know what we're going to do with this? We're actually going to, well, yeah, we'll leave it like that. And then we go down here, and we're going to go to let's do conveyor logistics. I think this one is the one with the missiles in it. No? This is the one with the missiles in it? I know one of these has missiles in it. I know one of them's live. I just can't remember. Yep, that's the one. Alright, so this one here is actually not on top of a conveyor. Because I knew one was in a conveyor. Alright, let's go ahead and get you installed now. Alright. Haha. Actually, those two passages in the back like that makes it look like there's eyes in there. Like that's a helmet. That's so crazy. I tell you what's crazy is I don't have that engine over there anymore. But that's okay. To balance it out, we're actually going to tear that engine apart and use it for small grid engines for the drones. That's what we're going to use it for. Yeah, the no refinery restriction. There is, no, this one didn't have a no refinery restriction, but I have found that that's interesting. And there is a series I want to play that has the no refinery restriction. It's basically going to be one of those situations where if you want to use the ores, you have to be able to break them down and manufacture them. You know, like go out there and get the parts and just break it apart. No refining unless you go to you have to go to like an economy station for that or something. So, yeah. Alright, everybody. I think we have got a really good episode done up here. We've been out here for about 2 hours. It's a nice little episode. So we're going to go ahead and call episode 30 an end at this point. We do have a lot more work to do, as you can see. We do have a Cerberus destroyer lurking out there right now, but it's not doing anything. We do have a lot more work we've got to do, a lot more upgrades. We've got drones to build, we've got so much to do, and we still have to get to the trade station, which is 1,200 clicks away. Better than what it was before. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.